Yes, we have additional
please
elders.
allow them to come in.
They must come in, otherwise there was no point of us being here.
There are additional elders from Teso. Let them be allowed in.
Just allow them a few minutes, then we proceed.
The review will take into account 7 parameters. These 7, not all must be fulfilled. A review can be conducted on the basis of only one of the 7 parameters. And these 7 parameters are population, the need for infrastructure, both human and physical, historical and cultural ties of communities, the issue of costs, views of the communities affected, and the fulfillment of objects of devolution as outlined in Article 174, and also geographical features. Any one of those 7 parameters can inform a review. You don't need to fulfill all of them. And then the bill proposing that review and the amendment of first schedule by inciting a new bill is then processed under Article 256, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the Constitution of Kenya.
Just hope that will help us understand how you navigate around 255.
I will come to that.
Yeah, please.
I'll come to that.
Yeah.
By way of parliamentary initiative. I want us to be clear on that. Now let me get to Article 255, 1 and 256, 5. I think that's where you are, correct? Articles 255, 1, I, 255, 1I, and Article 256, 5 of the Constitution of Kenya. These are the 2 articles that set out the amendments that require a national referendum. And our reading and conviction and the knowledge we have is that they do not apply to creation of new counties. Why? Because the review and alteration of boundaries of existing counties do not amount, note the words, do not amount to an amendment of the objects, principles, and structure of devolved government units. The 3 parameters that must be subjected to a referendum are where you are amending the objects of devolution, which are outlined under Article 174, when you are amending the principles of devolution, which are in Article 175, and when you are amending the structure of devolved government, which are outlined in Article 176. Review of boundaries do not fit there. So those articles do not apply. Now, it is our conviction that when you are amending the boundaries under 188, you are actually promoting the objects of devolution. You are promoting giving life to the principles of devolution. And those new counties will embrace the same structure of government as outlined in Article 176. So there is completely no space for a referendum to create a new county. I hope we have debunked it. I hope you understand it. I hope the rest of the Kenyans are on the same page with us on that issue. We do not need a referendum to create new counties in Kenya. The second one, in no particular order, is the myth that new counties...
CAROLI, yes, proceed. It's a contention that the structure of devolved government is provided for only in 176.
Yes, and the structure is that there must be a National Assembly and an Executive Committee. So the new counties will have a National Assembly and Executive Committee.
And that varying the numbers of counties doesn't in any way...
Does not vary the objects, does not vary the principles, does not vary the structure. It gives life to those articles by creating new counties.
Proceed.
And let me bring, I think I'll jump my presentation and go to the third myth so that you understand it further. Let me go to the third myth. There's a myth in this country that 47 counties are the optimal number of counties that Kenya needs. It is a myth. It is a myth. And why is it a myth? The 47 counties as presently exist were not created on the basis of any scientific research. There was nothing. There was nothing to form their basis. As a matter of fact, there was not even a single occasion of public participation in the selection of the 47 counties. And they were provisional, and the committee of experts were very clear that we are starting with 47 as provisional. And their creation was arbitrary. Why was it arbitrary? Because people became lazy in Naivasha, people did not want to work, and have a basis. The original provisions or proposals were 8 regional governments and 74 counties. Those 74 counties were based on scientific analysis by the late Odhiambo Mbai and his team. The 47 are created on the basis of existing administrative units created for a centralized government, not for a devolved system of government. They are the old districts that were gazetted as at 1992 by previous administrations. Now, that process was very unfair and skewed. There are areas that traditionally were excluded from being given district. But even then, the ones that were existing and gazetted by 1992, not all of them were made counties. And there are others that existed but had not been gazetted but were made counties. So basically, what we are trying to say is that the current 47 counties have not been premised on the objects, on the principles of devolution as recognized in our constitution. Yes. There are administrative units for a centralized system of government. They are not units for a devolved system of government. And then there must be a review on that basis. I hope we have demystified that myth. In other words, Kenya can have less counties or it can have more counties. But for purposes of equity, because the parameters that have been used to create the 47 have been used to deny other people who are deserving, it is only in the interest of equity, fair and justice that the counties that share the same parameters as the ones that currently exist be given the same opportunity. And I can give you examples.
Through the chair.
Yes.
What about Article 6.1 of the Constitution, which says that the territory of Kenya is divided into counties specified in the first schedule?
That is why I'm saying it can be amended.
So boundaries vis-a-vis, readjusting the boundaries vis-a-vis creating more counties could be two distinct things.
Creating new counties has nothing to do with boundary of Kenya, because they are within the boundaries of Kenya. In fact, there's a Latin principle, e pluribus unum, out of many, one. So there's nothing, absolutely, that Article 6, actually we should look at Article 6 in terms of providing proximate services to the people. We should look at the principles of devolution, of giving communities a chance to govern themselves. Yes. Of giving communities a chance to make their own decisions. Those are the principles that we should look at. All the counties will be within the territory of Kenya. We will not create a county in the territory of Uganda. Yes. So,
Mheshimiwa, may I ask something?
Yes, please.
You have a very strong point. And if you look at Article 6.1 against the Article 255, you realize already Article 6.1 says that the territory of Kenya is divided into counties specified in the first schedule. Now, the first schedule lists down 47 counties.
Yes.
That in itself is the structure of Kenya, of devolved government. One national government, 47 counties. So what that means, therefore, is if you want to bring in new counties, my thinking, I could be wrong. And for your information, I'm extremely sympathetic to what you're doing because it affects my people, the Tessos. Okay? So I feel them, and I know what it is they go through, and how much they want to have their independence. Now, but is that to mean, therefore, since you're literally touching on the structure from 47 counties to the new number that you want us to have, isn't that aren't you affecting the structure of government? Because the structure as stipulated in the Constitution is one national government and 47 counties. So which would mean maybe there may be a referendum aspect in it. Maybe that's something you people need to think about from where I sit and looking at the provision of the Constitution.
Through the chair.
Thank you very much.
Just before you respond, yes. Honorable Kalori, through the chair, I think Honorable Kalori is actually trying